current state is daily I'm making 20 cents. Okay, what's the next step? Since the goal is making what, 5,000 a day, now you're only making 20 cents. So what's the next step? Then he might say, I don't know what's the next step. He will say, please tell me the next step. Wait, did he recognize his current situation? Did he establish his own responsibility? Right now he's passing the ball back to you. So you ask him back. You don't have a next step, right? So you don't have a next step. Do you have any examples? Any people similar doing what you're doing now? Or wanting to achieve that goal? If you find any of those people, then you will start thinking again, oh yeah, I found a few people online that have a similar goal. Okay, what do they do? Oh, they've done this, they've done this, they've done this. Okay, what do they do? Keep asking. Have you tried that method that this person used? Have you tried this method that this person used? Right, since you identify 5 person, and then all of them using different methods, how many methods have you been using? How many times have you been trying? So you feel very relaxed. As people ask you questions, you feel very relaxed. Why? Because it's his responsibility. So when you ask him all these questions, in a way, what is he doing? He's reorganizing his thoughts. Actually, he already have the answer in his head. Most of the time when you ask people questions, you already have answer in your head, but you're not certain. Then you want certainty. So I pass the ball to you. You see, very hard, right? Okay, don't do anything yet. Pass it. You see, very hard. I told you it's hard. Then you don't do anything about it. Now, if this person don't have the solution, means he's still finding, he's still accumulating all these things. Then we wait for the day until he accumulates. But in that process, ask him all these things. What do you think? What do you feel? What do you think you need? What's your goal? Now, same for your wife. If your wife comes to you, I got this problem, and then your solution, straight away you answer. All you need to do is to buy a rice cooker, then you save all the time already. Now, after today's session, you go home. You just sit her down. What is your goal? She's going to feel very weird. Because we never used that method before. Definitely, first few times when you ask this too, you ask your wife, what is your goal? Your wife, what is happening here? What have you attended today? First few times, you feel really weird, you know, when I communicate with them also. First few times, you just wait for me lah. What is your goal? My goal is, let me Google. My goal is, this one can or not? Can or not? This one can or not? Then we keep trying and error. So I'm lucky that I have them. I can try and error. So same thing for you. Go back and try. Keep trying. And then as you communicate, as more and more people come to you and ask questions, right, you are very relaxed. Right? Because you are not the problem solver. You are the organizer. You organize their own thought. There's an example in China, yeah, a girl working in McKinsey, a very big consulting firm, and then married to a guy. This girl is a bit hesitant whether I quit my job to take care of the baby or do I continue working. If I continue working, I have to travel around China. Then it's very tiring, and then maybe it's going to be bad for my body. Right, so I can't make baby in this case. So what do? Do I quit my job and then focus on my health? So the husband will say, hey, I got money, don't have to worry. Why you want to be so worried about this thing? Did the wife listen? No. Yeah. So what happened? Both of this couple went and met a guy. The guy just said there, so what is your goal? Then this girl, my goal is make baby or don't make baby or continue working. So she hesitated, right? Make baby or don't make baby, continue working, travel around China. Okay, make baby. Okay? What's your current state? My current state, I have to travel around China, I can't make baby. If I continue this, maybe my health will be bad. Okay. What's the next step? Okay, since I want to make baby, I either need to quit my job or I either tell my boss I stop traveling. I just focus in one area. Okay. What else will you do? Oh, maybe I'll go jogging and stuff so that my health will be better. Okay. What obstacle stands in your way? Or maybe I don't have a jogging machine, right? Maybe I don't have a friend that jogs with me, right? Then the husband say, I'm willing to jog with you, right? Husband and wife was sitting together. And then what you need to stop doing? Maybe I should quit my job. Okay, I decided already. Well, let's quit the job. The husband looking at her, I've been telling you, quit your job. I got a lot of money for the past how many years already? And then right now, somebody just ask her all these sets of questions. She feel enlightened. Why? Because in her head, this solution is not given by the other person. It's her solution that she thought of herself. So you give people solution, no use. That satisfaction where you completed that thing yourself is higher than receiving from other people. So instead of talking to the wife like that, hey wife, you should quit your job, I got a lot of money, I can support you. This husband has been saying that for the longest time. Now, all they have to do is just find a person to ask leading questions. What is your goal? Always started with that. Okay? So in terms of solution, what is your goal? Leading question. Now this is the last part. You see, by right, there's a little man here. This method here is called this method here is actually taken from this book called Nonviolent Communication. That is the book itself. Nonviolent Communication. Now, of course, today, if we were to, today we can understand it, but we can't really practice it per se, because there's a lot of words inside here that we need to use and track carefully. If we practice it correctly, if we practice it long enough, it will become automated. Okay, but this is the framework for now. Why am I telling you this? Why am I putting it on the last slide? Is because after today's training, I hope that you'll be able to attend this training itself for 10 hours. This training will be on a Wednesday. It will be done on a Zoom call on Wednesday 8 to 10 p.m. So those that wants to join, then you all need to register. So from there, you need to download or buy the book, and then we will read chapter by chapter, and then we will also identify how to express yourself, how to request things. Okay? What you have learned previously is all accumulation up until this area where we can properly construct a sentence. So if those that is interested to attend, you all need to go to this, you need to Google this thing called WISE Foundation. Inside WISE Foundation, you look for the upcoming events. Inside upcoming events, there is this communication course. On the front page of the book, on the front page of the picture itself, you have the Nonviolent Communication book. You can actually see the title there, Nonviolent Communication. Usually they call it NVC. So after attending this thing itself, you really know how to properly construct sentences, words. Then when you communicate, you don't offend the person. Right? Just now you mentioned about your email. You're afraid that sometimes your email doesn't sound good, the tone might be wrong. So there are particular words that we can use and words that we can't use. If you construct the sentence wrongly, it sounds like blame. It sounds like evaluation. It sounds like judgment. Okay? So it's actually here, you can look for it. Each session, each semester, we call it, each semester is only 30 participants. Okay? So if you miss this semester, then you go and attend the next semester itself. So let's talk about this. 4-step process. First step, observe, express fact without judgment and thoughts. For example, use back the same old example. You came back late, I'm the wife, right? The wife say, why don't you die outside? As a husband, now that you learn this, non-violent communication, you need to express the fact. Once you come in, what do you see? What's the fact? Do I look angry?
Angry.
Good, angry. What else?
Frustrated.
Frustrated, yes. Okay. So you start your sentence right now because we are learning. It's still new, so we can start sentences with here first. So your first sentence will be: I observe or realize or notice that you are angry. The fact. Okay. Step 2. I feel. This is your feeling. Express feelings instead of thoughts. You don't say I think or I feel you're stupid. Why you stay up until 3 a.m. just to wait for me to come back? You stupid. That's thoughts. Okay? What you feel? What's your feeling?
I feel guilty.
Good. So what's the first sentence again? I what?
I noticed that you are angry.
I. Yeah. This is an emotion, right? Okay? And then this is a fact. What's the second sentence?
I feel very guilty.
Very guilty.
Yeah.
This is because. This is your needs. This is because. Why you feel very guilty, right? Why? Why you feel guilty?
Because I made you wait for me the whole night.
The girl side will not think you guilty, you means you must be going out to do something wrong.
If you can see, if you see her, if you see her waiting for you, then that can be a fact, right? You can put it in your fact. I noticed that you are angry. Is that really a fact or not? How do you see angry one? See the angry one? Huh? Body language. But if you use angry a bit, this person will say, "How you know I'm angry?" No, I'm not angry. I'm going to sleep now. Wow, I tell you, a civil war already. When you say, yeah, I noticed that you're angry, I'm not angry. Then you die. So, this one, something wrong here, right? What is the fact? Huh? Waiting? Waiting for him. Okay, that's a fact. That means the wife has been waiting for the husband. That's a fact. So, how do you change it again? Sorry? I know. Just 2
hours considered long.
Civil war. You sleep late because you wait for me.
Yes, that's a better one, right? Okay, how do you put it in the sentence?
You're still not sleeping because waiting for me. Right.
Almost there? How to make it better? Come tell him to make it better. Then let's construct this sentence. Now all of you come back late. The wife is at home waiting. Okay, you all open the door and the wife say, why not you all die outside? Okay, it's at what, 3 a.m. now?
Can we put into a question?
Huh?
Can we put into a question? Question like, are you waiting for me?
Just a.
No, I'm waiting for your ghost.
Do you have a girlfriend? Not yet. Okay. We understand. We put ourselves in his situation. Okay? Why are you waiting for me? This is asking for trouble. Is it the married one? No, what is happening here?
Sessions are made as don't ask question. You ask question, then there's a lot of
Learn from experience.
Address the fact. Address the fact. What is the fact?
I can't wait.
I noticed that you're still awake at this hour.
Yeah.
Sounds better or not?
Yeah.
Sounds neutral or not? Right? Sounds neutral. What is it again? What did he say?
I noticed that you are still awake at this hour.
I notice. No. Still awake at this hour. Now, your husband said that to you. Do you feel more angry, or do you feel the same, or maybe slightly lower? Ask the girl. Put yourself in their situation. Huh? Is this sentence neutral or not? Fact. This is a fact already. Okay, next step. I feel.
I feel bad.
I feel bad. I feel. Let me give you some feelings. Okay. I feel good.
I feel disappointed.
You feel disappointed. You feel disappointed.
Okay.
Disappointed to make you waiting for me.
I feel threatened. I feel afraid.
I appreciate you wait for me.
No.
Appreciate. Maybe. I feel bad leaving you or to keep you waiting. Okay, Sabo. Add it up together. Come on, let's make it a sentence. Now together we are all husbands now. We need to construct this. This is a bomb there. Feeling, I feel. This is yourself, I feel. What do you feel? Now the fact is you saw your wife still waiting for you, and then she pointed and shouted, "Why not you die outside?" Then this is the first sentence you say. After that you have to come up with the second sentence ready.
I feel that we should. I feel that we should. I need explanation.
No, it's your feeling,
This cannot, because you say, I noticed that you are still awake at this hour. If a very angry wife, they'll say, you blind.
Yes. So wrong or not?
It's wrong. It's wrong.
Huh?
It's a thinking fault already.
So what's the question? What's the question?
What's happening here? How to solve this? Because emotionally charged, huh? If a person is emotionally charged, the first thing we do is address the emotion first. So we come back to here already. Can we use this or not? So we start with I notice that you're angry, and then notice again. I notice that you're angry, and then I notice that you are still awake. What notice 2 times? I can feel that you're angry. Of course I'm angry. How to add this thing in front here? I notice that you're angry.
I noticed that you are angry and your sleep disturbed.
The wife's laughing with this. The wife's laughing with this.
Oh, woman, complicated.
How long have you been married? address the emotion first. I notice that you are angry and we are still awake at this hour. Then it becomes more neutral. So can we enhance this better or not? Can we make this sentence better? Okay, for now we leave it here first, okay? We leave it here, we go to the next one first. Feeling. Address the feeling. I feel. This is you. As in the husband, you're coming in late already. This is what you just say, and then next one is I feel. Yeah.
Feel so bad for coming late.
I feel bad. Okay, Ken?
I feel happy.
Sleeping.
Because you care of me.
What did you say? I feel happy.
Because you waited for me.
Okay, that can be good, but then
Otherwise,
if you're the wife, when you listen this,
Depends on your emotion.
Continue lah.
yeah.
Continue happy lah.
Okay.
Come back again.
Okay, what was it? I feel. What did you say?
Happy you waited for me.
Your husband. I feel happy.
because you waited.
I feel happy because
Concerned because you
Concern,
care.
wait for me lah.
no, I want his word.
Happy because you wait for me.
We put on hold first. So this is the,
They change the happy to happy.
we put on hold first. Okay, right now this is the second step. We still have the third and fourth step, right? Now, do you realize that making the first and second sentence or the first and second step is very tough,
Yeah.
right? So there are a lot of words, there are a lot of sentences that we are not used to. Okay, so this is the reason why it's important. Why it's so important to identify the fact. First, identify the fact. If the person is angry, you identify the emotion. Now, you put yourself in this situation. You think back, husband and wife both here. Now, maybe the husband tomorrow, Sunday, tomorrow maybe he have done something wrong. The wife get angry. Okay, the wife get angry. Instantly, the husband say, I noticed that you are angry. Let me think. Will you be more forgiving? You understand what I mean? You understand what I mean now? So it's tough. It is tough putting in this situation. But then when you have done something wrong, you use this method, you're trying to construct this sentence, the wife will say, I'll wait for you. Maybe the anger dropped already. But then say, okay, I see improvement, I'll wait for you. That was the case for them. They argue. Both of them argue. After that, the husband, I noticed that you are angry. Why? I'm very angry. And then they waited. After that, after the husband constructed all the sentences, is the sentence perfect or not? Definitely not perfect, right? Still, the limbic system is trying to. Did I say something wrong? Huh? But the thinking brain is there already, right? So then the wife listens, then becomes more patient. After that, they start to communicate better already. Then eventually they found out it's actually one of the meta program. They say it's one of my meta program. That's how they become deep, communicate deeper again. Instead of civil war, every time civil war. Now, once the husband, in this case, once the wife see the husband say things like that, or the wife will start waiting already. Same thing, reverse as well. When the wife done something wrong, the husband will start waiting there. I notice that you're not talking to me. Then you start thinking. So this is a process. When we do the 10-week, 10 hours practice, this is what we practice. And then we will look at all the words, and we will construct sentences. Okay, now you address the fact. In this case, the anger, we solve the anger, we address the anger, and then we express the fact. Then we say what we feel, what I feel, you personally feel. This is because I feel happy or thankful because you waited for me, which is here already. Of course, when we can elaborate more lah, because you requested me. And then I request. The fourth one is always the hardest. That means requesting somebody to do something. You are late. Coming home. Your wife said, why not you die outside? And then your husband replied, dear, I noticed that you're angry and you're still awake at this hour. Right? Then maybe you can add in, thanks for waiting for me or something. I feel very happy, or I feel very thankful because you waited for me up until late at this hour. Can I request that? What can you request? Okay. Can I request that you sleep earlier? Can I? Earlier. What do you think the wife will say after you listen to this?
Need to elaborate more.
Yes.
How to sleep when I still waited for you?
Exactly. How to sleep?
There's a thing, that's why before I go late, I will send you a message first. If I'm safe outside, you do this part.
Can I request
Yes.
that next time if I come back late, so you sleep, just sleep, because even I'm outside, I bring the nerd together. Boleh.
I tak tahu, your wife accept or not?
Oh.
Pergi tidur tu kan. Banyak tu kat awak ya.
Yeah, our love, I bring our love together with. So don't worry.
What is her needs?
Oh, her needs.
Do you identify her needs or not?
Her needs.
Why is she even awake? What's her needs?
Lonely.
Worried.
Worried, lonely.
Insurance.
Yes.
I will spend more time with the company.
Yes.
I cannot sleep without you.
Here, you can request.
Kalau main mati je.
Yes. What's her needs? Do you solve the person's needs or not? Listening. Right. You can put in her needs, ma. Can I request that? Then you solve her needs. Or not? Can I request that you sleep earlier? What's the reason this person is not asleep? She has an unmet need. Her feeling might be angry. We identified that already. Her needs might be worried, and the stuff that you say just now, what was it that you say just now? Stuff you say just now. What's her needs again? I heard worried, I heard the other one. Concern, lonely, yes, insecure, lonely, needs, love, assurance, respect, support, warm, touch, yes, appreciation, appreciated. That's her needs, ma. So now you go and ask her sleep earlier. Does it meet her needs or not? Yeah. It's better to meet, in this case, her needs. At the same time, it meets your needs as well. Does it meet your needs or not? Your feeling is there already. So when we communicate, we have to identify the feelings and the needs. Her feelings, her needs. Anger, her emotion. Her emotion, basically her feelings.
maybe she was so angry because she waited so long. Perhaps she also cooked dinner for you. And the dinner is waiting for you in the table.
Yep. Yep. So you need to identify those needs. Same thing like what he had mentioned. If I go home late, I better tell my wife I go home late. I don't just leave her dangling there. But of course, we still need to use this type of methods to communicate. So now when you go home and communicate with your wife, the wife will be patient, very patient in this case, and wait and listen for you. Now you say she easily gets angry. State the emotion. I noticed that you are angry. I'm very scared.
Then Fatih will say, do you know what I am angry of?
No. Fatin, in this case, your wife attended this communication course. Will you be still angry, or will you give him a chance to be a better him?
You listen to his problem.
I listen to him first, I wait for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Understand? What was it that I wanted to say this now? Let's do another example, shall we? What example? What's a common example here?
Can I ask a question? What if the particular person is angry because of third party?
Because doesn't matter because of what?
Because, for example, it could be the sibling that caused the problem.
Yeah.
And then that problem is being pushed to the husband.
Doesn't matter. Have you identified the feelings and needs? What's the person's needs?
It's the same process.
It's the same process. You have to identify the person's needs. The other day, when I was having dinner with my family, and then my sister got angry when we were talking, so straight away I identify her needs. Because the argument become heated already. What is her needs? One of her needs is to be heard, to be agreed upon. Then I say, yeah, you're right. Actually, there's no conflict. You're right. What you're doing here is actually in sync. There's no conflict. It's actually in sync. Then she, yeah. Then cool down already. But then is there progress or not? No. There's no progress, and you cool down the whole situation already. Unless you end it with request, I request, whatever I request. So you can easily cool down heated conversation. Whenever it's heated, state the emotion or identify their needs. Usually a person get angry is because their needs is not met. Right? What is needs again? Holiday, friends. Some people know friends.
Rest.
Huh?
Rest.
Rest. Yes, rest is a strong one. Holiday, rest. Food, yes. Shelter. How strong is the food need? Depends. Morning, your wife say, let's go for breakfast. Then you say, later lah. Then afternoon come, let's go for lunch later lah. And then come dinner already. You already later 2 times. I noticed that whenever I talk about food, you will change the topic and say later and delay the process. Now I feel very sad because I'm very hungry. How will you respond? So it's the same process. Yeah, what is the need? So you can use it in multiple situations. Of course, sometimes you don't have to use step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Straight away, what is the person's needs? In this case,
This is applicable to every age level, right?
anything. For example, right now, I observe. Just imagine this is a tool. I observe. I realize, I notice. This is the fact tool, addressing the fact. This is the feel tool, addressing feeling. What's my feeling or what's your feeling? And then this is needs, my needs or your needs. So for example, previously we talked about leading questions, right? So when people come to you, if the guy is not angry, then what's your goal? What do you want to achieve? After that, identify his need. Or you want to do this because of you want sense of security, you want to provide. The needs is provide for your family. So you say, what do you want to achieve? You want to, then you restate like you say, I want to achieve this, I want to make so much money for my family. Then repeat the process. You say, oh, you're doing this because you want to provide for your family. Then he'll say, yeah, I want to provide for my family. That's a need, ma. So you just use this alone. And then in some cases during communication, you just use fact alone. So when the door, once you open the door, you see a ghost, what do? You see a ghost. You look at the ghost. I noticed that you are looking at me. I feel very scared and shocked. This is because this is the first time I see. It's the first time I'm in this situation. Huh? That's my needs. Can I request that we sit down and have a cup of tea so we can communicate better and understand each other better? So instead of you open the door, you see a ghost, you run, you scared. I noticed that. You notice? Same thing, when you do that with your friends, with your spouse, they'll wait. Maybe this ghost will wait. You notice? I notice. And then, lastly, I request. What is request? Request means what? Request. Request must meet your needs and their needs. So you become respect and collaboration. For example, I can't, instead of, just now we talked about asking leading questions, yeah. I can't ask single-ended question or one-sided question. For example, would you like to massage me? Yes or yes? You haven't answered me. Yes, good. Now, if I do that more often, this person, or the first time, this person will feel very uneasy. For example, when you ask one-sided question, only one-way direction. Would you be willing to take over the company? Because other than you, nobody else is willing to take over the company. Would you be willing? So you pass on the burden to that person, and then this person feel the whole burden. That's why kids usually sacrifice myself to satisfy you, because they feel the burden, so they satisfy the other person's needs. So you don't ask those type of questions. When you ask questions, when you make requests, be or expect the request to be rejected. If you expect the request to be met 100% of the time, that is not a request, that is a demand. Demand hiding in a request form. That's a demand. Will you be willing to massage me, or you get slapped 100 times? The only way to exit this is to massage me for 1 hour. That's a demand. So there are many times where we pose questions as demand.